Christians are always taking L's. Anyway, this is a video I came across. I was checking out the notifications, and the video popped up. Israelite versus Christian evangelists with the S. Heated street debate, Dragon 22 Atlanta, put up by Sakari. This is the first time me watching this. It's not about a minute, a little bit more than a minute in. You see an Edomite preacher with a bullhorn. So let's see where this goes. And I may go to other videos. I'm not, other topics, various topics, whatever you want to call it. Let's listen. Hope you can hear this.
Give me the scripture that says Gentiles can be called in that code. The scripture. That's right. You guys are a cult. All right, it's cool. You said we're a cult. Let me come with you. Give me Acts 24.
Christians are cults. Roman Catholics are cults. Muslims are cults. All religions, Buddhists are cults. A cult just means worship. That's all it means. That's a Christian buzzword. Oh, you guys are a cult. Cult just means worship. You people should look up words. Cult means worship. So you get the word culture. You used to eat, if you come from a country where they eat snakes and cows are your grandfathers and grandmothers or your grandmothers in India, you come to America, you're not gonna eat no cow. You're gonna go crazy. That's based upon your culture. What cult is in the word culture.
14, and then 2. Let's cut him again. He don't know what the hell he's talking about because he don't read the Bible. It's the book of Acts chapter 24, the 14th verse in NLT. But I admit that our fathers were raised, which they call a cult. When Paul said he admitted that they saw me raised, which they call a cult. He said we're in a cult. Paul said he's in a cult, which they call a cult. I worship the God of our ancestors. Same thing, I worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I firmly believe the Jewish law, and I firmly believe in the laws of Moses. The same thing that they're calling a cult. They said the same thing to Paul. And everything written in the prophets. And that's what we do. We believe everything that's written in the prophets. We got to answer for all of that. You said we're in the cult. Well, they said Paul 2,000 years ago was in the cult. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. That's why he's talking. He can't pull nobody's verses out. Well, Romans, let's get Romans. So where in Romans 11 that it says Gentile can be Israelite? Because I'm finna cut you again on that.
Yeah, 01 West used to teach that Romans chapter 11 is referring to actual Gentiles being grafted in, but they're going to be grafted right back out. Romans chapter 11, as we all know or should know, Romans chapter 11, the Gentiles that are being grafted in are the actual Israelites that were being called Gentiles by the Jews. That's why we now understand that Cornelius is an Israelite whose parents raised him up to be a Gentile, which goes back to the history of the Maccabees, Antiochus Epiphanes, which forced you to be a Gentile, Hellenized, or die. So a lot of Israelites didn't want to die. Some of them said, fucking kill me. So that's where those Gentiles come from. When you go to, we say this over and over again. We tell vocab that every time he rolls up with his whole Gentile, whatever, the Gentile two-step, those Gentiles in the New Testament are Israelites that didn't know. A perfect example. All of us. Alazar, these brothers over here, they all came pretty much, I can almost guarantee that they all was raised up either Baptist, Methodist. The priest Alazar was raised up as a Catholic. He said that many times because his father is so-called Haitian. The official the religion of Haiti is Roman Catholicism. His mother is Irish. He said that many times. The Irish are Catholics. So he's raised up as a Catholic. And I'm pretty sure some of these guys were raised up as Baptists, at least one or two of them. Baptist, Methodist, Jehovah Witness. And that's what it comes. The Israelites, the gathering, Ezekiel chapter 37 of the bones coming back together, they were all in one form or another a part of a Christian franchise. So let's listen one.
Now I'm speaking to you, Gentiles, inasmuch then as I'm an apostle to the Gentiles, I magnify my ministry in order somehow to make my fellow Jews Jewish, and thus save some of them. For if their rejection be the reconciliation of the world, the Gentiles, what will their acceptance be but life from the dead?
Saying right there, he's reading right there that what ultimately the Jews will receive life from the dead. But those Gentiles were Israelites.
If the dough offered its first fruits is holy, that's the Israel. So then the whole lump, if the root is holy, so are the branches.
The branches come from a tree. The tree comes from the roots. If you take plant a tree, the tree grows up. You pull some of the branches off, or the tree you what do you call it? You plant it someplace else in another country. Is it still a tree? Is it still an apple tree? If you plant an apple tree, the roots are going to grow into the ground, deep into the ground. You're going to have the stock, which is the center of the tree. Then you're going to have the branches, and apples will grow from the branches. If you plant that same tree in China, it's not going to be turned into Chinese apples, which are pomegranates. We used to call them Chinese apples in the Bronx. It's going to, no matter where you go, it's the branches go back to the stock of the tree go back to the roots. So what was the Apostle Paul saying? He was saying that these people that are being called Gentiles by the Jews are branches of the Jews. But Christians don't understand that. That's referring to Israelites.
But if some of the branches were broken off, and you, although a wild olive shoot, were grafted in, he's talking to Gentiles, they were grafted in.
Those were Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites. Those were Hellenized, so you can understand. No matter how far you cast them someplace, plant them someplace else, the DNA goes back to Israel. You got Israelites out there that even look like Edomites, look like Moabites.
Among the others, and now share the nourishing root of the olive tree, and not be arrogant towards the branches. Okay, so where you at in Romans 11? Verse 17. That's verse 17. Read verse 26 with. Read it out loud on that. Read verse 26 with. Unless you be wise and narrow sight, I do not want you to be unaware of this mystery, brothers. A partial hardening has come upon Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles has come in. Keep reading. And in this way, all Israel will be saved. That means both Israel and Gentiles.
When all those Gentiles come in, then Israel shall be saved. Jacob's seed will be saved. That's what it's talking about. The kingdom will not come unless the Most High gathers the Israelites that are being called by the Jews Gentiles. Anytime you go, for the most part, it depends on the context. In the New Testament, when it mentions Gentiles, sometimes it's talking about the actual Gentiles. When it speaks in Matthew concerning the Gentiles have lordship, you're not to be that way. That's talking about the natural Gentiles. Other times in the scriptures when it says Gentiles in Greek, it's talking about Israelites. This is not hard, folks.
Israel. Israel. You see, he's trying to rush faster. They like to take the scripture out of context. Now we're taking it out of context. No, we're taking it out of context. You just read it, right? Let's read what Romans 9 says. You can't get to know that scripture right without reading Romans 9. Words can be basic mathematics. The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. That's the summary of that whole passage.
Yeah. So Paul goes into the Gentiles being grafted in, and the Jews being cut out, but can be regrafted. And Gentiles don't boast because you can get cut back up, cut back out, put back out. What is it saying in the 25th and the 26th verse, mainly the 26th verse? The Gentiles be coming in, meaning the Israelites, then all Israel can be saved.
Romans 9. Romans 9, 6 says,
I hope you can hear this. I'll try to, say pretty much what they're saying because it's very muffled.
The entire chapter of Romans 9 is undone. What is the gospel? What is the gospel? Notice. They don't know the gospel. What is the gospel here that you reference, right? I'm not telling you. You're telling me I'm not going to read the scripture. I'm getting ready to read. Now he's doing something called misdirection. This is very typical of somebody who is not strong in their argumentation. They have to misdirect. You don't have the gospel. Redirect. You don't have the gospel. You do not have the argumentation. Read. That's why Jesus said, you don't.
Also called a straw man argument, change the subject, which I do that. I do that too. Nothing wrong with that, but it's for the other guy to catch it. Because that's why it's called debate. You have one view, he has another view, and you fight. And you can change the argument around. If he allows you to change the argument around, or the referee of the debate allows it, that's why they go on the subject. We're going to speak on this subject, then we're going to speak on that subject. This is like an open debate. No time limits, nothing like that. No rebuttal. It's just back and forth. So if you get the opportunity to take a Christian in the deep waters, and he follows you, then you drown him, spiritually, of course.
I'm not an Israelite. No, you're not. I believe in Jesus Christ.
The elder or the priest Alazar said, "Am I an Israelite?" And he says, "No, you're not." And if you ask him, guaranteed, if you ask him who are the Israelites, he said the people over there in Israel. These people are gone, man. These people are gone, and they're easy, and they're easy. And they're going to ask you the same handful of questions, which lead us back to answering the questions correctly. That response was when he said, "No, you're not," as a response to hate. You're just a nigger. You're a Gentile. You're not one of the chosen, because the people over there in the land of Israel that wear the small hats are the people, and they're not the people. They do not. And another thing, you could ask them, who are the people? I'm pretty sure you're going to say the small hats. And then you're going to ask them what prophecy was fulfilled concerning them going back over there in 1948. You got to ask them Christians that too. What prophecies were fulfilled? In order for the Lord to be the Lord, he had to be born in Bethlehem. The scribes, wicked scribes and Pharisees, and it's in the New Testament. How can he be the Messiah? He was born in Nazareth. He was not born in Nazareth. He was raised in Nazareth. The prophecy said he's going to be born. His nativity is going to be in Bethlehem, the house of the city of David. Bethlehem meaning the house of bread. And another thing, he was going to be born out of the lineage of David. So the only way his line could go back, his lineage could go back to, he can descend from David, as David had a son, Solomon had a son, Rehoboam had a son, all the way down to Joseph, the son of Jacob, not Jacob of old, but Jacob, the father Joseph, Joseph got with Mary, had sex with Mary, and had a son. There's no way these Christians say that there was a virgin birth. That's a Roman Catholic doctrine. Let's listen to a little bit more. See, they getting their birthright took again. They're in power. They got the land through the sword, as Isaac blessed them with it. They will get the fat of the land, the best part of the land, with the sword. You got to kill people. How did Esau get over here to America? They had to kill it. They had to war against the indigenous people of this land. How did they get Central South America? They had to war against those people. They had to slaughter those people. How did they get Africa? They had to colonize it. When you colonize something, you go to war. If we don't rule over you, we're going to kill you. That's what the Roman Empire was all about. That's what the Greek Empire was all about. That's what any empire was all about. So when they took the world down through their Renaissance art, Renaissance language, they put us in slavery and fed us with this Renaissance Christianity. So they're seeing that we're coming out. So they're seeing that their birthright is being taken away from them again. They're not going to be in the kingdom. They'll be in the kingdom, but they'll be slaves in the kingdom.
These white men just took first off in the Son, goes back on the name of Jesus Christ, the Father, Son, and the genealogy. No. You see the misdirect? Now here's misdirection again. I'm still in the middle of where I was going to. You guys attempted to distract. That's not how it works. I was baptized, right, in Christianity. Right, so that means, according to you, I am an Israelite, no, because I'm grafted into Jesus Christ. I already was born again. I already was born again. Heart transplant. Who's changing up again? This is so incredible. Who's changing up again?
Ain't nobody listening to you devils no more. Just go to your history. You took over. Look, the first devil that came to America was Cristobal Colon, which was a small hat. And what he did was he killed the indigenous people if they didn't, because they said these are heathens, and we're going to take this land. Read about the papal bull. I believe that papal bull was signed by Caesar Borgia's father, Rodrigo Borgia. You had a number of papal bulls. One of the papal bulls, and I did videos on this, was to take anything west is all your land. So what was west of Spain? The Americas, Canada, the USA, Central and South America. They said that's all your land because the people over there are heathens anyway. And if they are heathen, you can kill them and take the land. You tell them about the Lord, they scratch their head and say, who's this? See a white God, that means they rejected it, so you kill them. So your brand of Christianity, your brand of Christianity was forced upon people, just like Antiochus Epiphanes. If you didn't accept my religion, my white gods, my white angels, my white Jesus, us being the chosen people, we're gonna kill you. That's what these devils did. That's how they brought Christianity, their brand of Christianity, which I call Renaissance Christianity. That's how they brought it to the world. So people are all messed up in the head. This is all basic stuff, and you Christians are so easy.
I have to be born of the water and the spirit. That's what the baptism is about. Do you see how inconsistent they are?
I hope you can hear this. I'm gonna try to re-say what they say because it's very, very muffled.
Guess what? I thought once saved, always saved. No. If you're truly saved, but you're not truly saved. So here's what's incredible. Now he defines who's truly saved because he's God, right? No. He judge a tree by its fruit. He judge a tree by its fruit.
I'm glad the devil said that. What you judge a tree by its fruit. What is the fruit of Esau's Christianity? If you didn't accept the Lord, the white Jesus, white images, white angels, white God, white people are chosen, Moses was white. You guys are saying that you're Israelites. If you scratch your head to it and question it, kill them. So that's your fruit. That's your fruit. That's why we know you're the wicked one.
Your fruit is condemnation. Your fruit is taking the Lord's name in vain, like every other word out of your God's mouth. What's God's name? Yo, come on, we're not gonna get into semantics.
This devil doesn't know that. That's why he said we're not going to get into semantics. He asked him a simple question: What's God's name? You Edomites are, and you're Edomites. You Edomites are pathetic, and you're easy work, easy work. Then he says we speak English. So what is he going to say? Jesus? Jesus is not an English word. Jesus would be a compound word. What does G mean? What does that mean? And what does thus mean? That's a bastardized Latin form of saying Jesus. Fucking devils.
You speak them and it's no English. It's German. Just because the English language adopted the term God as its title, right? Did I take the name Jehovah in vain?
Jehovah is not, it's not a G. Let's break that word down. G. What does G mean in English? Is it talking about OG? G, hoe. What is a hoe? Oh, a woman walking down the street selling a body or jumping from man to man. That's a hoe. So G, hoe, va. What is the hell? What is va? Jehovah. That's not a word. You got the G, you got the ho, and you got the va. That's not English. That's not even Pig Latin. You see how stupid these devils are? They don't know shit. And I see why, clearly, why we're gonna Obadiah 118 the asses in the kingdom. Not now. We can't do that now. We gotta wait for the Most High to set us up over them. Revelation 2, verse 25 and 26. What are we going to do with those rods of iron? Go ahead and read it.
Verse 19. His father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he. This is a prophecy about Joseph's son Ephraim. Jacob, right, who God is the God of, is blessing his grandson, right? Read on. It says, but truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. It shall become a multitude of nations. Now, when you look that up, sir, if only I can talk, if only I would be allowed to speak, it would be incredible, right? So it says Ephraim's seed shall be a multitude of nations. Ephraim's an Israelite, last time I checked. When you look up that word, that term in the Hebrew, you can even look it up if you have an exhaustive Bible in the margins. It literally says the fullness of the Gentiles. So the coming in of the fullness of the Gentiles is a reference back to a prophecy about Ephraim being the head of the kingdom of Israel, or the northern kingdom. That's what Romans 11 is all about. It has nothing to do with you being on Israel. You get lost. Go back to Romans.
This is what Esau specializes in. They're going to push what they believe in. Presupposition. Presuppose. In other words, they got it in mind. This means this. You can't tell me any different. But why they do that? Because of their pride. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom, and I should be back later. Shalom.